All right, and we are live. What's up, guys? Welcome to the Fresh&Fit podcast, man. This is probably one of the most important episodes we've done in a very long time. As you guys know, it's 2024. It's an election year. We have a crisis going on the border. We actually have someone here that has first-hand knowledge
and experience
of what's going on because he's actually on the border. And I want to be very clear about this. Zach is taking an enormous amount of risk for even coming out and talking about this and being a whistleblower. So this is guys, please listen up to what we're going to be talking about today. I talked with him a few minutes before the show, and I'm fucking blown away as what's going on in the border. It's a completely different nation from when I left in 4 short years.
I think the courage he has to come here on live, God put on his heart to tell the truth, and I think that's very important.
Yes, because nobody else would ever show their face and tell the truth about what the hell's going on. So, Zach, welcome to the podcast, man. Can you please introduce yourself to the people and a little bit about yourself?
Gentlemen, so amazing to be here. Thank you for having me. I just want to say thank you on air. Thank you, Myron. Thank you. I'm just a name and a face of 20,000 agents, right, that feel a certain way about this. I'm not here to really give you guys opinions. I'm here to give you guys facts of what's going on and let the public know. As far as a risk, I just want to say that I took an oath to this country to protect it against enemies, foreign and domestic, and I took that oath under God. So I'm here for no other reason than there's children. First and foremost, the biggest reason, there's over 300,000 children missing that are being trafficked. That's not a number I came up with, okay? So the risk of me doing this is really not for my life personally. The only one personal thing I would say, I'd have a bigger risk not speaking out, having to live with that guilt under God and Jesus Christ. That's a bigger risk to me because we're all going to pass one day. Yeah, I want to know that I stood up for those 300,000 children. Yeah, wow. That's what I want to do. That's why I'm here. Whatever happens to me happens to me. But those kids, you think about that makes me physically ill. Like I want to puke. Wow. So whatever risk this is really nothing because there's a kid that was born in another country that we brought in that we don't know where he or she is. And imagine being that child and no one standing up for him. Yeah. So that's why I'm here. So, Zach, can you tell us a little bit about, like, they could probably tell from the accent, but where are you from? Where'd you grow up? I'm a Massachusetts boy, born and raised. Not a lot of Mass kids go to the border. I'm a little wild kid from Stoughton, Mass. It's a little farm town. I mean, I don't want to give away your location. I went up 50 floors today. I don't think I've ever seen a building 50 floors where I'm from. You know what I mean? It's a little bit outside Boston, but I went to Brockton High, proud graduate. That's really it, man. I don't want to, you know how deep you want to get. But the other thing is, too, since you asked about my background, I'm one of 3 sons. My brothers were my heroes. Big, strong guys, like almost your height. My brother played minor league baseball.
Oh, wow.
Then, oh wow, until you hear this part, both of them died of drug overdoses, fentanyl. Wow. So when I saw that, they died in 19 and 20. When I saw that, I had to get into the border. Because I didn't want someone else's brother. So, that, you know, I'm really led by emotional experiences because my area was ravaged by drugs. Yes. And I wanted to go stop it where it comes in. Where it comes in, which we're not doing. We're too busy grabbing people and putting them in the country. Yeah. Because we're so depleted. So I didn't want someone else's older brother to die of a drug overdose, so I figured, let me go get the drugs. Let me stop it. Whatever it's going to take to do the right thing, right?
Yeah, something like 80% of the United States drugs come in through the southwest border.
Well, let me say this, that from February 2023 to February 2024, and I'm not a statistician, a mathematician, there's over like 200 people per day dying of fentanyl overdoses. Now, granted, they're taking the choice to do the fentanyl, right? I'm not putting up, these people aren't putting up their nose, they're doing it. But over 200 people, 365 days a year, that's equivalent of a friggin' JetBlue jetliner crashing every day. Yeah. Oh, wow. Every single day. Think about it. And no one's talking about it. How is it getting here? Why aren't we stopping it? These are all grandiose ideas and grandiose questions to have, but someone's got to ask them, right? Yeah.
So tell us about, like, so you obviously wanted to kind of stop it at the source. When did you go through the process of becoming a Border Patrol agent? Obviously, there's a background check. It's an intensive process to get in. When did you start that?
2019.
2019, okay.
Yeah, it takes about a year, man. Yeah. At least a year.
You applied.
They're not just letting anybody in. Yeah. They want to make sure that you're the right candidate, that you haven't, committed a bunch of crimes, that you're not, they give you a polygraph. Yep. They want to make sure you're of sound heart, sound mind, everything, sound body and sound mind. Yeah.
So you were, so you went through, because they made the background checks a lot harder for Border Patrol. Because there was like a time like in 2007, 2008, where a bunch of guys got jammed up and got arrested that came in that didn't have the strict background checks, so they made the background checks a lot stricter after, I think, 2015.
Yeah, and they created a rule because a lot of kids that were getting into the Border Patrol, it's like, they're in an impoverished area, let's say Laredo, McAllen.
Yeah.
They don't see a lot of money, right? So then they see these guys making over $100,000 a year. They want to get in, and then they already have ties to the area.
Yeah.
And they get ties to the south side because you're talking Nuevo Laredo, Reynosa's right over the border. So they might have an uncle or cousin that starts getting a little sticky. They start.
Of course.
So they created a 100-mile rule. Once you get in, you have to work at the station 100 miles from where your residence is.
That makes sense. Because there's a lot of Border Patrol agents that are from the southwest border.
Compromise.
So they don't want them to be close to family or whatever and put in a weird situation. So tell us about. So you went through the academy, and you were talking about this a little bit earlier, and you went in right in the middle of the pandemic
of COVID. Yeah.
Yeah. So what happened there?
Couldn't leave the base for about 8 months.
And this is in Artesia for the audience that's wondering. Artesia, New Mexico, right?
This is when Biden won, right?
I was there previous to when he won. This was May.
Okay.
I remember him winning. They had the J6 stuff while I was at the academy.
Okay. May of 2020.
Yeah.
You were there.
Yeah.
So
they create like a little mock border wall. It's in the desert. So it's very similar. That academy, to say really good things about the Border Patrol, phenomenal academy. My first group I've worked in countless groups. It felt like it was surreal. Like being here is a little surreal. It felt like the academy. I thought they were role players. That's how good of a job. I was like, oh, this is just another situation of a role play. Okay, if the guy does X, they make it so if whatever's going to happen, you're already 3 steps ahead.
Yeah.
You already know. So they do a great job. It's like a little border town.
Okay.
The way they create it.
Yeah, and just for the audience, just so they know, it's a component of the Federal Law Enforcement Training Center, FLETC, but it's they have it in Artesia, New Mexico, that's specific for Border Patrol agents. So they have their own academy over there that's huge. So, yeah.
What's the starting salary, roughly?
Yeah, you'll start out at a 5 if you don't have a degree, or a 7 if you have a college degree and you did okay. So you're making like 60, 70 in the academy. And then it blasts up to about 120, 130, 140, man. So you're making some real cash. This is why a lot of guys won't speak out, because they're fat and happy off the check and they're just waiting for the next guy to do it. Yep. They're like, hey, it's not my problem. And they do the mental gymnastics game because you don't want, you got a mortgage, your family. It's scary. Yeah. It's scary to talk out, man. If I didn't have God, I wouldn't be here. And I know I'm not trying to push that. I don't want to come off like I'm trying to push God because I didn't have God in my life. But honestly, if I didn't have God, I wouldn't really have the courage to do this, bro.
Because I remember asking you before, what made you want to do this? When you said God, I was like, okay.
That's why, bro. You know, and I'm not a perfect person. I'm a big sinner. Like, I've sinned a lot in my life, man. But like I said earlier, like, I got to face God, bro. So that's why I'm here. That's what it takes a lot of courage, because you're really not looking at this life. I could get crushed. But in the next life is where I want to get my glory, that I stood up for the children, and I stood up and said the right thing, and I was here with you guys, and you guys were gracious enough to have me. So thank you very much.
No worries.
Seriously, it means a lot to me, boys. Thank you.
No, absolutely. I mean, because I came from that world, so I was like, yeah, this is something we need to bring attention to. And I think with it being an election year, obviously the border is a very hot topic. It's probably going to be one of the biggest topics in the debate tomorrow. I think the American public needs to know what the hell is really going on in the United States, and hearing it from someone that's on the front lines, that's actually a current Border Patrol agent, not someone that used to do it. Even myself, I was on the border back in 2020, not now. And things have changed drastically just from me talking with you. But I guess let's kind of fast forward. So you get out the academy, and they station you. What station are you stationed at?
Do you mind if I just bring us back a couple things?
Oh, yeah, sure, go ahead.
2 things. One, you're not seeing anybody that's in the Border Patrol. You're seeing either the spokesman for the Border Patrol, the public information. That's that's what they want you to hear, and that's fine. Yeah. Every department has that.
Everything's fine. Don't worry, guys.
Yeah, I'm not here to talk bad about the Border Patrol. Everyone has a PIO, public information officer. You have that, and I forgot what I was going to say, but and then you have guys that are retired, that are on their pension. So really, no one's actually speaking, dude. No one's actually putting it out there. Like,
you're on the line. You're on the line for real.
Let's call it for what it is. I get a little fired up. I'm sorry, but like, there's no one else doing it.
Yeah.
Because I'm curious, the routine of a Border Patrol agent, what is that like? The routine.
Oh, you want to go through that real quick for them?
Yeah, so
like what a typical shift would be like?
Yeah, bro. And prior to all this, it's just such a great job if you're an active guy and you like to get after it and you want to protect your country, because you're really on the border, man. Like, and there's nothing out there. You might be alone, and I'm sure you might have seen videos. There's like the next backup's 40 minutes, and I'm just a regular agent. I'm not, the high-tech, high-speed guys, but it's a good thrill. So you show up at the station, and what makes it different is you're not in some are cities, but where I was at, show up, you check your truck out, you have a meeting. They go, listen, this is the
muster.
Yeah, you know, you go, you see 40 of your boys. It's like walking here every day, seeing you guys. What's going on? How's your kids' baseball practice? What's going on? All right, joking around, stupid accent, this and that. They tell you the traffic patterns. This is what, and I want to go too deep.
And everyone reports to a station.
Yeah.
Okay. They have a station.
So they're just telling you things to look out for, what to watch. This guy friggin' lost his truck in a ditch. Now we got to pull it out. He has to buy donuts. You know what I mean? Just regular stuff, but stuff that is important. Like, hey, we've seen this in the area, drones, drug activity. These are things you need to know because you're going out there alone. Check your truck. Make sure your truck's in working order. You check your gear. Is my gun loaded? I mean, so, you know, there's like, you have to have my handcuffs, all this stuff, you know what I mean? You got to be ready because 99% of the time it might not be something. When it pops off, you got to be ready to go.
Oh, wow.
Check your truck and then you hit the field, man. You get an assigned area and there's different teams. There's dirt bikes, there's quads, there's towers to watch people.
Horse units.
Horse units. You got paperwork guys that are just doing the paperwork. And I was just a field agent. I never went to a specialty unit. I like going out in my truck, dude, sitting out there and, oh, there's someone, you know, they'll tell you, you know, they might see it or something. Oh, he's over there. And now you're out there, and you can kind of pick who you want to work with, too. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, say me and Myron get along better than me and Walter. Yeah. I'll say, hey, Myron, you in this area? Come over here. Let's work this group. Yeah. We might not even, I mean, we'll call you if we need you, but if we don't absolutely need you, we might just call, and then it's just, you sit in the brush, you're waiting on them, and then it's like playing tag as a kid.
Let me explain. When he says let's work this group, what'll end up happening sometimes is there'll be a sensor hit, right? Like there's sensors all over the southwest border. Yeah, or a camera. And they'll be like, oh, sensor just hit. And then they'll go check out that area and they'll see footprints. And like, okay, we're
they'll
tracking
have the picture of the guy.
Oh,
the dudes. They'll have the picture of the dudes.
Oh, yeah.
With the backpacks and, and they're ready to go.
So they'll drive over there and track the group. And then they'll find them and they'll kind of find a convergence points to apprehend them. So that's what he means when he says work in a group.
Yeah, like you go in front, I'll go behind, and we'll go east or west. We'll try to push them to a certain area. And the thing that's awesome is you get to learn these landscapes that no one even knows that are on the border.
Middle of nowhere.
I know these rocks and these mountains, and I'm not the best agent. You know, there's much better than me. I'm an average agent, probably even below average, but I'm a pretty physical kid. There's guys that know this area, so if we push them this way, they're going to take this rock wall, get a guy up on that rock wall, now he's looking down, and it's like, oh, how you guys doing? You didn't know I was up here, but we do this every day. You just started last night. You've been going for 2 days. I do this 10 hours a day, 5 days a week. Right. So it's awesome because you have the jump on because you know everything.
Yeah, you know the landscape.
And it's a lot of fun, and you're protecting your country, and you're doing what we signed up to do. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
It's like a mission in Far Cry.
Yeah. So that's the typical day, and they're doing like 8 to 10 hour shifts a day. At weekends, it's like it's a big project.
So you're away from your family. Some guys you're working 2-3 hours. So if my girl or somebody's wife and the kids get sick, you're out in the field. You might not have service, bro. So it's a pretty decent sacrifice, right? You're not like in the city. You can come home for dinner. You might be 2-3 hours away. But as far as the academy's concerned, I was there during COVID. They wouldn't let us leave. If you leave, you lost your job. They said you can leave, you just won't get a job. So they kept us in our rooms locked down a lot of times for like a week or 2 weeks, delivering you food, couldn't do nothing. And then, as the COVID shot came out, they said, hey, if you want to take the COVID shot, we might let you off base. Boys, after 8 months of being on a base, I said, I don't care. Listen, I'm a kid from Brockton, really. I don't care if this thing kills me. I got to get off this friggin' base now. Shoot me with whatever you got to shoot me with because I want to get off. I want to eat real food. I want to see my people. Yeah. I don't want to be locked down no more. So you're going to take it, bro. Yeah. I'm not some scientist guy. I didn't know about the mRNA, and I'm not here to talk about that because I don't know much about it, but I know I wouldn't have taken it had I not been locked down for 8 months, held prisoner
just
for
like
a
so
job.
Many other government employees, it's like they didn't have a choice. It's like take it or don't have a job.
My father's a taxi cab driver. Where am I going to make money? I'm going to be making $120 a year with this job. I'll take whatever you tell me to take. Yeah. I need the cash. Yeah. My old man, 70 years old, still hustling a taxi at Boston Airport. Why wouldn't I take a shot? Yeah. You put yourself in my position, right?
Yeah.
But it must be entrapped in there. I mean, you go like crazy.
Yeah, and I'll tell you guys this, like being at the police academy fucking blows, whether it's Border Patrol, HSI, FBI, DEA, any guy that does a police academy will tell you where you live on it, it fucking blows, dude. It really sucks. So you need that time to like kind of get off base. So that's crazy that they had you stuck there and they basically forced the vaccine on you. Which is not forced anymore, right? Now?
No.
With new BPAs?
Yeah. With new I don't know, actually. I can't say if it is or it's not.
Okay.
All I know is the way another agent explained to me is like, bro, they basically lined us up on a wall and said, you take it or you lose your job. It was like threatened against guys.
Wow. Exactly.
And
so let's we talked a little bit about your background. Do we have chats or anything like that we need to read? Or because I know people are probably going to have a bunch of questions here. But I'll get into the first one while we pull up chats and get them ready. So let's kind of get into the border here. So what station are you stationed out of? And then what kind of made you say, Like, what was the line that was crossed? You're like, I got to come forward about this.
I think it was just an accumulation over time, and just seeing all the people getting in, and seeing the news stories of these women that I want to read their names that got killed by people that we vetted and let into the country.
Gotcha. What station? Just so the audience knows.
Yeah, I'm at Newport Station up in Swan Sector in Vermont, but which is a very busy sector right now. But I was originally down in Casa Grande Station in Arizona.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And how many illegal aliens would you say were coming through that sector every?
Oh, I wouldn't be able to put a number on, but I'm at thousands. Yeah, I mean,
it's one of the bigger sectors in the country.
Tucson sector is massive. Yeah, Tucson sector is huge. You got big stations with 300-400 agents each.
And let me kind of explain that to the audience. So, guys, the way Border Patrol works is they have sectors, right? And in those sectors, you have different Border Patrol stations. Like when I was in Texas, right, we had the Laredo sector where you had Border Patrol North, Border Patrol South, etc. And that was 1,000+ agents in it. In Arizona also, since on the southwest border, huge sector, a lot of stations. Was your you said you were Tucson sector, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's one of the busiest ones.
It's super busy. Yeah, you have Tucson Station, Casa Grande, Ajo. I mean, think about the state of Arizona just in landmass. You got to have enough people to try to cover that.
Yeah.
So you're talking.
And your particular station, you said you guys had a couple hundred guys, right?
Oh, easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah. So it was a big station.
Big station, a lot of dudes.
So you guys pretty much had all the works there. You had a horse unit, more than likely, ATVs, helicopters, everything.
Everything. Yeah.
Unlike a smaller station.
Buddy, it's as simple back then. It was as simple as picking up your phone and calling the helicopter most of the time to get help. Even if it was a group of 3 or 4, you could call a helicopter to be in the area because it's a friggin' highway every day, but we at least catching them and send them back.
Yeah.
But the helicopter, bikes, horses, dirt bikes.
Was it in-house with Border Patrol or was it Air and Marine?
AMO, CBP.
It's AMO. Okay.
Yeah.
It's AMO. Okay.
Yeah.
So
and National Guard. You'd have the Guard.
Oh, okay.
And you'd have the state of Arizona bird too.
Oh, for counter drug, right?
I don't even know, but they had some good.
Guys.
They had some pretty sick helicopters, bro. Like they had like lasers and shit.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to swear. They had lasers.
You're good.
Yeah. Just the uniform, but yeah, they had lasers like the infrared, so they could really pinpoint. They'd be like, "No, the guy's 200 feet to your west." You're like, "No, he's not." They're like, "No, he's hiding under a bush. You just haven't looked." Like, go look over there, and it'd be dudes like they could see up in the sky.
Wow.
So it's really high tech.
Yeah. So what made you say, I got to come forward? Like, what did you see on the border that made you say? I mean, I know you said it was a bunch of different things, but what would you say maybe the top 2 or 3?
Of time. Well, the first thing that happened was when I all right. So to go real deep into it, it didn't start in Tucson sector. There was other sectors that were getting smashed. So we were still turning people back. But other sectors were getting busy, overran, and they were the ones giving out the files to let people in. So you're seeing this at other sectors.
Okay.
Do you see so you're hearing through the grapevine that, hey, we're just letting people in. Down in Eagle Pass.
Oh, really?
You're hearing, you're like, dude, this is weird. Why are they letting all these people in?
Wait, letting people in?
Well, I think mine will probably be better to explain it. We're giving them court dates for years in the future that they never show up to, and then ERO doesn't go and remove them afterwards.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Okay, let me explain this real fast for the people. So, when you come into the United States, guys, illegally, right, and you run into Border Patrol, what ends up happening is you get apprehended, and then you get taken to a Border Patrol station where you're processed. And then they create something called an alien file on you, which is when he was mentioning file. That's what he means. You get an alien number. It's a 9-digit number, AO, whatever the hell it is, and then it's a 9-digit number, and that is going to be your alien registration number, right? And it used to be, right, this is where my mind got blown actually speaking to him, most of the time there was a policy, and this was under Trump, alien comes in, you're getting something called an expedited removal, an ER, okay? That means you are getting sent back within 2 weeks to Mexico, wherever the fuck you came from, right? Now, they're doing something called, which is fucking crazy to me that they're doing this now, something called a Notice to Appear Release on Recognizance, NTAOR, right? This is something that you never do, giving someone an NTAOR.
Repeat that so they can hear that, because this is big. Like they never. I wasn't in at this time, but they would never do this.
So, one more time. So, when illegal aliens come in, they get apprehended. Under the Trump administration, they would get something called an expedited removal, kicked out immediately within 2 weeks. They had to do it within 2 weeks.
And where they go in to just give themselves up, they were trying to cross too. Yeah. They were trying to cross, and they were kicking them.
Yeah. So they would kick them, right?
Right.
Now they're not giving them expedited removals. They're giving them Notice to Appears Released on own recognizance, which means they get apprehended by Border Patrol.
You're technically encountered.
Yes.
You've been encountered by the Border Patrol.
You get an alien number, and then they basically have you sign some documents and let you go.
We just take your word that you're going to be at XYZ street in this city. You're just going to be there.
Wait. She's telling me.
You don't know this, Walter?
No.
People don't know this
No, the
stuff?
American public doesn't
I'm
know.
from the islands, bro.
Nah,
Pick a
he's fucking
coconuts
with
and
you,
shit.
bro.
No, it's fine.
I know.
But I'm serious. I thought everyone knew
so
this.
you're telling me
Yeah.
I can come by the border, get caught, get released, and then go by my
Well, not
way?
only that, they're showing up with neck pillows. They're looking at me like, I want you to work faster so I can go to my spot, because they know. They're showing up with neck pillows like we're Uber.
Who mandated this to happen? Who
I'm not here to say about political
I could talk
parties
about
and stuff,
that.
'cause I'm not
I
here to
could talk
get
about
political.
that. So, and I don't want to really stress this to the American public. And NTAOR guys, notice to appear, release unknown recognizance. When I was an agent, I vividly remember going to Border Patrol stations. A guy would come in and he'd have information, right? One of the illegal aliens, he might come in and he has information on a drug cartel or some shit. I'm like, I want to turn this guy into an informant. I would ask the Border Patrol, can you give him an NTAOR because this guy's good to go. I verified his family. I know where he's gonna be, etc. Can you guys NTAOR him for me? He's gonna work for me. They will literally look me in the eye and say, no, we don't do NTAORs. And I was like, okay. So I would have to take the guy. I give him an NTAOR on my own because as HSI we have immigration authority. So I'd have to do it myself. It's a pain in the ass. It's a lot of paperwork, but I'll do it myself. But now, which is crazy to me that he's telling me this, they're giving everyone NTAORs. You don't give NTAORs to aliens because they give you a bullshit address. They might not be there.
Yeah.
And they're
not going to show up with the judge.
And they're with kids, and we don't. And this is another thing. They're with children. This is the trafficking piece. And I don't want to cut you off. So
No, I'm done.
I
I'm
get
done.
excited.
I just really had to drive home to
Yeah.
them how this is not normal at all.
Oh yeah, and I'm not on a talk show, so I'll probably cut you off and look
You good.
stupid, whatever.
Go for it. Go for it.
They're with kids, right? So you show up with kids. We're not taking the biographical data of the children under 14. No picture, no fingerprint, bro. No one knows that.
Oh shit.
We can't find these. We don't take. Everyone else gets a mouth swab, a picture, an iris scan. We're taking severe data. Like we're finding out. Like we get the data on you. We're still letting you go. Children, we're not fingerprinting. They might not have documents, or they might have fake documents.
Holy shit.
So you could be from whatever country, go to the border with a little girl that's not your daughter, and you guys get sent to the same address.
No way.
And we don't have nothing on that girl. There's no bio data. You can't even take a picture.
Holy shit.
Under 14.
Wow.
Yeah, no, that's why this needed to be spoken about. People think it's like, no, something has to be done. Once again, no biographical data under kids under 14. That's an NTAOR, right? Now, being Border Patrol, it's strictly a patrol agent. I'm not doing investigations. We have an intel, but it's not investigation. HSI is like serious investigations, bro. Like HSI, you're really looking into a lot of things. Yeah. So when he has a guy that he wants to NTAOR, over 4 years ago in the past, that's a guy that probably has a tie to a very serious
You're not
criminal
giving
organization.
NTAORs out. Like, it's got to be some really fucking good. Because you're putting your neck on the line to say, we're letting this guy in to the United States.
Because he's connected to X, Y, and Z. He knows he might be whoever connected. That could really crack a huge case, and we were still saying no.
Right.
Yeah. They were telling me no every time. I had to do it myself. But now they're giving it to everybody. I'm fucking shocked. When he told me that, I was like,
and I don't want to say currently they're giving it to, but like, because they're getting ERs, expedited removal with credible fear, which is someone, this guy is basically like, we want to remove you, but we're going to hear you out if you have credible fear. And we don't know what happens when an asylum officer hears about the credible fear. They might say it's a credible claim.
Okay, so this is another process way. Okay, so we went over, just so the audience understands, there's three main ways that they're processing. So they got caught by Border Patrol. There's three main avenues they got processed, guys. Expedited removal, which they're not really doing anymore. NTAORs, which they're doing a lot, and then this third one you mentioned, which is expedited removal with a credible fear. Can you explain that to the audience what that is?
Expedited removal with a credible fear?
Yeah.
So when he was talking about ERs in the past, that's just like we're basically just getting rid of you. It's going on your record. We're not holding you in prison for what you did because crossing the border is a crime.
Yeah.
Illegal entry. We're holding you and we're going to expedite. So when you give somebody an ER, they're leaving, right? Like we're just kicking you. You're not getting held in jail. ER gone. But there's a thing called an ER with cred fear, which we're not allowed to decide cred fear or not. So we're holding you in a prison. We're holding you in a jail. It might be like we might outsource that to like a state prison.
Yeah.
So we're holding you. We catch you. We're holding you. But now you get a chance with a lawyer that you get for free if you want, or yourself. Go talk to an asylum officer, and they decide if you have credible fear. If they say you have credible fear, you're still allowed to stay.
What is credible fear?
That's
good
the
question.
thing.
Really good question. So credible fear, it's a very I'm glad you asked that.
It's
an ambiguous term. Basically, it could be, I can't go back. They're going to kill me, or I have political things. So it's like almost claiming asylum.
Okay.
It's like I have credible fear, and then if it's true, then you get asylum. That's why you go see an asylum
So I
officer.
could be a killer, be a good actor, and say, "Oh, they're gonna do this to me when I go back."
Yeah.
But you know what?
You could.
You got my back, right, Doc?
Yeah.
And then I stay.
You could,
Yeah.
theoretically.
Yeah.
And that's crazy with the kids. So you're telling me they're not collecting any biometrics on the children?
When you say under 14. which is the ones that you need to be collecting the data on. So
Yeah.
if I change nothing else, we got to start taking bio data of children.
Because imagine a young guy, a kid as a guy, right?
Yeah.
At 14 years old or 13 years old, they're probably doing crimes back home.
Yeah.
Well, I've seen in the news, and I'm pretty sure this is the case, and I saw this. So it looks, I don't want to speak out of turn. We don't even have Venezuela's criminal stuff. We can't even see if you committed crimes in Venezuela.
Yeah.
You could be a murderer over there. We don't and charged for it and got out of jail. We don't know. We can't look into that.
There's countries that will share their criminal history of individuals. Venezuela will not.
What about India?
I don't know if they do or not.
You have to reach out. You can reach out, but it's not.
We need our streets clean.
This guy.
I see all those
I
memes.
see the jokes. What? Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
But yeah.
I can't take my eye off this kid's wrist. It's like shining.
So let me.
You mind if you float me that for a couple weeks? No,
Got you, bro.
So they're basically just letting these guys in with an NTOR, which is wild because, guys, for an NTOR or notice to appear, release on own recognizance, that means you're going to see an immigration judge at a later time. All you need to do is give an address.
Any address works. We'll take any address. We'll just take your word for it. You give the address.
So they get arrested, process, then they walk out.
No. They're not walking. We're paying for them to fly somewhere, brother.
Wow.
Wait, you're paying for their flight too?
I'm not paying for your pay. We're all paying for it.
Taxpayers are paying.
Wow.
Free flights,
They're getting
bro.
flown out. They're getting flown out, bro.
Anywhere they want to get flown. You didn't know. I can't believe you guys didn't know this. I'm sorry. This is so normal to me.
Bro, we're flying people out.
Now do you understand why I'm
Don't even
talking?
know what?
Now do you understand why I'm saying all this?
And we even smashing.
This guy is crazy.
Hold on.
Can you have a little decorum for Christ's sake? I'm in a freaking uniform.
Yeah. Fresh, I agree. No. Hold on. No, this is actually fucking crazy.
You never seen the airport videos at Tucson? They just wave. They're not even going through the TSA lines all misconstrued. It's like they have their own separate line in the airport. They're not paying, and then they're getting paid. They're getting the food stamps. They're getting everything the American taxpayer is getting. Wow. In some states, I think they can become cops. I'm like, I'm waiting for the guy to pull me over, put me in jail for speeding. They can become cops in some states, or it was or maybe they were trying to talk about them becoming cops. And in California, Newsom struck it down. I just saw AB 1840 up to 120 G's down on a house down payment.
Really?
He struck it, yeah.
Bro. And again, when I was in Laredo from 2014 to 2018, we were giving everybody expedited removals. That means they were coming in, Border Patrol was telling them, get the fuck out of here immediately. This was under Trump. They're getting turned away within 2 weeks because the expedited removal is the best way to process them because it's quick. It's a quick file.
It's easy peasy.
Get them out of there within 2 weeks. It doesn't cost the American taxpayers a lot. It goes on their record.
It goes, if they get a few of them, you can reinstate it. You can keep, if they do it a certain amount of times, if somebody, we can put them in jail for sex. We can penalize them. It's there. You can see it.
Yeah. So when you come in illegally the first time, it's something called 1325, 8 USC 1325, illegal entry. Then you come in again after you've been deported, like with an ER. They can charge you with 1326, which is a felony reentry, illegal reentry.
And we can maybe reinstate the ER or we can charge you with that 1326 and you can do time over it.
But the point is, the reason why the ER is so good for the American public and the country.
Without the cred fear.
Without the cred fear.
Because they add that in there. Now it's, they're getting ER'd.
Yeah.
But
it's ambiguous.
It gets them out of there quickly. It doesn't cost the taxpayer a lot because we're not housing them for long. Typically, they're getting turned back within 24 hours, especially if they're Mexican. Well, because Mexico's right there.
You just give them to their federales. You just give them to their guy.
You're just giving them to their Mexican police, like at the border. You transition them over.
Okay.
So it works. It's the best for everybody, right? Quickly done. They're still processed. Biometrics are fully there. They're getting out. We're not expending a lot of American dollars.
Yeah.
But now you're telling me that we're letting them in and we're paying for flights?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And they're killing American citizens. People, they've gone on to kill people. Wow. I mean, I've sat at and I have pictures, and I'll send it to you. Wow. I took a picture at the hospital. The guy had a 13 on his hand. We're paying for his hospital bill. So if you're crossing now and you fall off the fence and you break your leg, I think this guy broke his leg. I don't want to go into the hip about it, but he was in the hospital for days. They're getting surgeries on the taxpayer dime, and then we're releasing him from the hospital.
He was a gang member?
You got the 13 on his hand,
God.
bro.
MS-13.
We got American citizens here that need help medically. And they're getting it for free?
No, forget that. What about the kids, because I've been thinking about this, what about the kids that they were like a little bit older than us and they were like 18 around 9/11 and whatever you want to feel about the war. They rose their hand and they went to war for this country, bro. They come back, they can't get nothing now. They're homeless. They don't get any medical. And what about the kids that died over there?
Yeah.
Whatever you feel about the war, they were 19, 18, 20, 21 years old. They went and died on a foreign land, never to see their parents again. Yeah. And now we're bringing people in and just giving them stuff for free.
You're right.
We should be giving those families the money, bro.
Yeah. Dude, this
and then people
crazy.
are scared to speak out. It's like, well, if you're scared to speak out, then I understand you got a mortgage, you get a family, but it's like, at what point? This is my whole thing. What point when do you speak out? When it's too late, right? Or it's easy.
And here's the thing, dude. I didn't even know this was going on. Where we're giving up flights, NTORs.
That's like the most. They're getting flights.
Fight to even like they would never out.
They're getting flown around. They're not coming with thousands of dollars paying for their own plane ticket. Well, they okay. The government isn't giving them flights. Going through the NGOs, brother.
Oh, okay.
Non-governmental organizations.
Okay.
It's not a border patrol flight, but essentially, we're giving those NGOs money. Those NGOs are using. So it's not border patrol giving them flights. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's the NGOs, which is they're still getting a free flight.
Well, they're still getting free flights
from these NGOs. Where do they get their money? Grants from the government.
Yeah. Wow. Holy shit. Did you have something?
And then there's trucking. There's trucking company, like bus companies. Like, dude, like this is like a whole operation. Then they're in tents. Then they get them in like they have like staging operations for them to stay and stuff. And then there's like cops that are getting paid on the dole to like guard the area. Then they're not reporting the crimes. In New York City, Midtown, there's 75% of all arrests were basically NTAORs, people that we encountered. Yeah.
Okay.
You guys' heads are buried in the sand. You guys gotta start reading the papers.
That's
60% of the arrests in Queens are people that we let into the country. 60% of all arrests in Queens.
Damn.
And that's why you guys got a younger audience. Like I like you guys. You know, wicked cool dudes. I want to spread this to like the youth. You know?
No, it's great. No, because a lot of people don't know this. I mean, obviously we see what the fuck is going on in Colorado. I guarantee a bunch of those people
in
are probably
Chicago.
NTAORs.
Yeah, they were all let in. They're no respect, man.
Wow.
Bro, and then it's funny and it's a joke and you shouldn't speak out until it's your mother or your sister that was brutally raped and murdered.
Exactly.
Then it's not so funny anymore.
So when did this really start happening? I know we're going to kind of keep this apolitical from your perspective. But when did you notice that this shift in immigration?
They were like shifting it sector to sector. So like we were still doing some ERs.
So you said Eagle Pass. You saw certain stations starting to do it.
Then we would get mandated to go help, dude. So that's the other beast of it. We'd go get mandated to go. You have to be away from your family. That's why guys on the northern border are upset. Like I got sent to Yuma. You get mandated to go to another state. So now guys are losing their marriages over helping these people in the country. You better help these people in the country, and you better go live there. Your wife, don't worry about her and your kids. They need help getting NTAORs. So we're being forced to go to these tents to help people get in and do the paperwork.
Yeah.
Away from your family. Guys were going on 30-day rotation 6 months out of the year.
Oh, damn.
And so I seen it happening. I got mandated.
So let me explain this to the audience as well. So guys, whenever there's a border crisis, and this happens like clockwork every single time during I know you're going to stay apolitical, but I'll say it for the audience. Anytime there's a Democrat and there's fucking always a border crisis, right? And what ends up happening when there's a border crisis is certain Border Patrol stations get overwhelmed with people coming in. We're talking thousands, lines like going for like a mile. So what ends up happening is they don't have enough people to deal with that. So they call Border Patrol agents from other sectors that aren't as busy, whether it's up north, maybe Florida, other stations that aren't like slammed, and they tell them, you guys got to come over to help us. So these agents come in and fly in, help out, and the thing is that the whole NTAOR thing that I explained to you guys, it's a very long file. It takes a lot of time to do an NTAOR. Right, because you got to get all this information on them and all this other shit.
They've since streamlined it a bit because they want to get these people in faster, which even is more upsetting. They're cutting corners to get people in the country.
Wow.
Not to cut you off.
No.
You're on a good road, but I wanted you to know that.
No, I'm glad that you said that. So now, one of the most cumbersome ways to let somebody in that's typically reserved for special situations, they've now broadened it and given it to fucking criminals.
And made the process quickly so you can snap them. And we actually started a whole new branch called Border Patrol Processing Coordinators, where you're not a Border Patrol agent, you're a processor. You have access to a gun, but you help with remote. You don't really arrest. You do transport and files.
Wow.
And you basically, as the agent, you're just signing your name if you're at a busy station, just signing and having them sign. They're setting the file up for you. They created a whole new job around this.
Wow, just to get people in.
That's like the
that I can't say why they did it, but I mean, when 2 + 2 = 4, 100% of the time.
It makes sense. What's that position under the doctor? That's kind of like a fill-in.
Oh, physician's assistant.
Same thing.
Yeah, you could say it's a functional equivalent.
So spot on,
Damn,
bro.
bro.
Yeah, so spot on.
Yeah, because this position didn't exist when I was in. Because we were ERing everybody. Get the fuck out of here.
So you said some quick master. 2 + 2 = 4. So we got NGOs funding these operations. We got streamlined development of people pushing the country. The question is why?
No. I really want to get out of uniform for that, but no.
Okay, yeah.
Can you repeat that one more time? I'm sorry if it's boring for the audience. Can you repeat that one more time? Because I had something to say.
So we got literally NGOs that are funded supporting this process. then we have as well people that are not even fully Border Patrol agents helping this process become even faster to push them in the country.
No, let me stop you, Cole, because exactly. But now we're letting them in, right? Now they're in New York. They're not honoring the detainers, brother.
Okay, this is another.
So now
can
they're
of worms.
NTOR.
Go ahead, yeah.
They're beating up cops in New York City. Then they're letting them out of jail. They're not calling ICE to go grab them, to remove them.
I'll explain this in a second. I'll let you finish, and I'll.
Yeah, that
clarify.
guy is. We're letting NTO through the NGO. They're getting in the country. Then they're committing a pretty serious crime. They're not the state and local like NYPD. They're not calling. It's against the law to call. So now this guy's been into the country in like a quasi-legal way, commits a crime. He like those cops that got beat up in New York. ICE showed up at the jail. They weren't there. They fled, bro. So they're not even letting the feds know at the local level when these guys do commit a crime. That's even more insane, right? Or am I just out of my mind?
No, this
Maybe
has been
I
a
am,
problem for a very long time. I can explain this because especially since ICE is, yeah. So, okay. Once you come into the country, guys, right, and you've been processed, right, and Border Patrol gives you your NTAOR, NTA notice to appear, right, where you're going to go see an immigration judge in your local jurisdiction of wherever the fuck you're going to go. Let's say for hypothetical purposes with Zach's story, you say, I got family in New York, I want to go to New York. You're an illegal alien. You go to New York, right?
Yeah.
You commit a crime while you're in New York. I don't like this NYPD officer. You fucking punch him, right? You get arrested. Technically, since you've been arrested and you're an illegal alien, NYPD should put a detainer on you. Well, actually, excuse me. Immigration Customs Enforcement should put a detainer on you because they get a list of everyone that's arrested and anyone that's an illegal alien, they put a detainer on them, right? It's the job of the local agency that arrested the illegal alien to hold that person so immigration can come get them
And remove them out of the country or
and
put them in
remove
prison.
them. Yes.
Yeah.
So they go ahead. He goes into jail for punching a cop. They're supposed to give their manifest to immigration. Immigration looks at it. Okay, these guys are illegal. We're going to come pick them up tomorrow once they're released from the court.
Got it.
What NYPD is doing, and this is common with a lot of law enforcement agencies, especially in sanctuary states or cities, they're not honoring the detainers. So the guy punches him, commits the crime. NYPD doesn't put a detainer because maybe the mayor tells him you can't. It's illegal. It's against
Even
policy.
if it's a rape, dude.
Yeah, it's against policy. So they don't hold the body or hold the prisoner for immigration to come get him.
And then he goes back out on the street and he's
Goes
still
back out.
getting government resources. And there's still veterans that are messed up in the head. They need counseling, they need housing, they need food. But this guy just committed a crime in here quasi-legally on an NTAOR and
This is a
still
very big
getting
problem.
resources.
This
Getting
is with
five-
sanctuary cities. And there's a couple sanctuary cities. There's a lot of sanctuary cities in the United States. New York, San Francisco, Austin, Texas.
Boston.
Boston, Massachusetts.
They just spent $1 billion in mass. The governor spent $1 billion. This is all public record. Spent $1 billion. And then one of the political groups like, well, where'd that money go to? They can't even get the answers where the $1 billion went. And these are little kids getting raped, and you know, there's so much to it, and I want to get into it, but
Yeah,
sorry to
no.
keep cutting you off.
I just wanted to chat. Does this all make sense to you guys? Give me ones in the chat. I know we've been throwing a lot of immigration lingo at you guys. This is like literally like a class on the Immigration Nationality Act, INA. But give me ones if this is making sense, or two if you're confused. Hit 2 and then tell us why specifically you might be confused. But that's what a detainer is, and that's what he's explaining. Border Patrol lets them go. They go to New York. They commit a crime. Then the immigration officials, because once they're in the United States, it becomes ICE's problem. It's no longer Border Patrol's problem.
Yeah.
Because now they're in the interior. And the law enforcement agencies, when they arrest these illegal aliens, are not honoring immigration detainers so that these people can be removed. So it's a double whammy. They come in illegally, they commit crimes.
They get flown in, all the money, all the whole time, and they're still on the dole. They're still on the dole.
This is scary, bro.
Yeah.
Very scary.
Overwhelming ones. Awesome. Cool. Most people are getting where we're going here. Yeah, guys, like I said, we're using a lot of acronyms, but I'm trying to really explain this because I really want the American public to know what the fuck is going on
You're
here.
doing
This
a
is
phenomenal
scary.
job, bro. You're doing a great job. Wow.
I
That's why I
mean-
wanted to sit down with you, because you're ex-HSI. Stuff that I can't explain, you can really put it out there, because I wasn't, I'm not a Harvard graduate kid by any
But
means.
this is scary what you're telling me. Because, like, dude,
Yeah.
when I was in, none of this was going on. Everybody's getting ER. No one's getting NTAs.
I signed up to remove people, not assist them into the country so they can go commit crimes and take away resources.
Yeah.
Because you know what I'm thinking?
Fucking
Let's
crazy,
say I'm a master criminal.
Yeah.
And I see people come work for me, they get arrested, they go to jail for a long time. But now with this new system, I could just find some aliens that are not from the country, hire them to work for me, do crime, and then they'll be out in 2 days, a couple of days. I'm thinking like evil genius, bro. Like,
Well,
that's crazy.
You can then bring them in, and you can basically force them to do sex work, dude. You can be a pimp, brother. I mean, it's not hard. Why do you think there's so much
Because
trafficking?
remember, keep
Well,
in
you
mind, they didn't document those kids.
at all.
They're trafficking little babies, bro. I mean, that's what's going on, bro. And you can't go find them. So what you just said, but imagine with the sex work, forget like going to rob people. They're doing that on their own, but I'm a grown man, right? Like, I'm a little hefty, I'm a little big around the tummy, but I'm a grown dude. I could go grab 10, 15, 13-year-old girls, and now I have my own brothel, bro. They can't find these little girls.
Those kids aren't documented, so that's
they
what
can just
makes it
pay
worse.
for them. Yeah, because they don't have no bio data.
Yeah.
They show up to these addresses, and they're not there.
Wow.
But no one's speaking out, but I'm forced to be the one to speak out, and it's not really a clout thing. If it was up to me, I would just be removing people in Arizona. You guys would never see my ugly face, bro. I'd be down there working, earning a living, doing the right thing.
So let me ask you this.
So
is there like pushback if you like catch people and you're like, no, I want to ER this guy's a criminal?
Course.
What do they tell you at the...
They just want it done, and they want it done fast. They used to brag about how many files we got done per shift. I'm like, why are we bragging about the files? Let's go as slow as possible. Clog this up immediately.
Yeah.
Why, as my supervisor, why do you want me to do more files? What does that entail?
So they want to get more people in.
Yeah, of course. Because then they have, like, you can only hold people for a certain amount of time. And you're talking about a lot of people, bro.
Yeah. So they're not even because it used to be, how many ERs did we do? That's not the flex anymore.
No, the flex
It's how many people come in.
How many people we OR? How many little kids do we OR? How many family units, FMUs?
What's the reason?
And then, yeah, that's for you. Yeah, and like,
Okay,
and then the other thing, no, talk about it, bro. I'm not here to stop you. But the other thing, what about all the agent suicides, bro? Why do you think dudes are doming themselves? We're one of the highest rated suicides, man. Your whole entire, what if you're a 15-year agent, you took the vax because they told you to, you just like, whatever.
Yeah.
And now you've seen 15 years of work get overturned in like 6 months. Think about all the people that you've caught over the past 15 years. You just saw that all go away. You let in more people in your career than you actually caught.
Yeah.
Wow.
Then they're like, my whole life's a lie. I gave everything. I was divorced. My wife left me. I was on a man. What do you have to live for anymore? I mean, your job shouldn't be your life, but how is it not weigh on you, bro? And you can't say nothing or you lose your job.
Have a lot of guys resigned because of these new mandates
I mean,
with
what's the
immigration?
economy out there? I see the chat. They tell me I'm going to be an Uber driver, whatever. My father drives a cab. I mean, dude, not a lot of guys want to resign. They want to keep getting money.
Of course.
To me, listen, and everyone has their plan and everyone's their own man. I'm not going to sit here and judge. I have a glass house, bro. But it's cowardly. Let's call it for what it is. I'm here. It's cowardly to at least not speak up. And it took me 3.5 years. It took me a big platform to do it. But I don't know. I'd like you guys' opinion. Do you think it's cowardly? Do you think it's
no? What's your like? I mean, me and you talked about this before.
Do you think it's like a clout thing for me? Like, what? It's tough because you got to really reconcile this in your brain, bro. And then I got to go back to work and see what they're gonna do to me.
Yeah.
And it's I got a family. My family, they're scared, bro. People are scared of the government. These are the big boys. You're not talking about small peanuts here. So
I mean, trust me, I know what we're looking at, Border Patrol Internal Affairs, we're looking at Office of Inspector General. I know how much you're putting in. Like, that's why me and you spoke before. I said, are you sure you want to do this? Because I already knew what was going to come.
Yeah, I got
being
right
a
with
whistleblower.
and I'm not here to push it, but I got right with my God, brother.
Yeah.
That's the one that I got right with my creator, bro.
Yeah.
I said, let's do it for the kids, man.
Yeah.
And I'm not even the guy that should be talking about this. There's a bunch of agents that we talk about it all the time. They're smarter than me. They talk without an accent. They went to better school, whatever. But it's like, yo, I got to do what I got to do. I got to step up.
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
yeah.
I think at this point,
it's mind blowing.
yeah, because bro, I don't know how many people will actually do this willingly, and that's bravery. What I will say though is, you should go on a different podcast too as well. Talk about this.
No,
I want you guys to help. I want you guys to help me too. I want you guys to help me and like keep an eye on me, brother.
Yeah.
What if they, whatever the consequences are, I still got a family. I need to be able to reach out to somebody to like keep the story out in the public.
We will. We absolutely will.
I don't know, man. It's like it's a catch-22, bro. Like, do you do it? Do you not? But wait on me, bro. It's like the taste in your mouth. Like you don't have no flavor no more. Like you're going through life. Before, I was catching people, returning them. It's what you signed up and expected. Now you come home to your girl and you're just like, we let another XYZ in. Like I told you about that NTAOR, because these NTAOR guys that are getting, they're committing crimes, and we're not charging them for those crimes. So like, they're getting.
Tell the story that you told me before with the drug trafficker. So go ahead.
Yeah, and then can you remind me about the child endangerment stuff?
Yeah, sure. I'll write that down.
But
go ahead and hit us with that story you told me
Walter,
earlier.
let me explain.
Crazy
let me break
story
it
here.
down. So we let this guy in on an NTAOR, right? So imagine you're coming from whatever country, you go to the border, we process you within 2 days, and now you get a plane ticket wherever you want to go. That wasn't good enough for you, Walter. You want to bring even more people into my country, our country, right? It's all of our country, right? You have papers, bro. You better have your papers on you. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, Walter.
Yeah, no, but so it wasn't enough that we let you in. You get all this money. Now you got flown. You understand that part. Now they come back to the border to go get their buddies in that have probably committed crimes because they can't get an NTOR because some people we don't give the NTOR to.
Okay.
Maybe they committed a crime in America. They beat their wife in a DUI.
Okay.
They did leave. Now they're like trying to sneak in. So now they're going back for their buddy. And they got a gun on them. Or they're doing it for money. They're going to pick up, like, you're here, you're like, I want to make money. Like, all right, we got this guy from whatever country. He's a bad dude. You're going to bring him in. You're not going to go without being strapped, maybe. So you have a gun on you, and you're doing a little meth, whatever. You got drugs. So now he's at the border with drugs and a gun, personal use drugs, and a gun, picking up more people. Do you follow that so far?
Yeah.
Okay. Then he gets arrested because that's illegal. You can't have this guy in your car. You can't have drugs. You can't have a gun. Locally, they didn't charge him. They gave him to us. Our AUSA, our Assistant U.S. Attorney General,
Assistant United States Attorney, federal prosecutor, guys.
Yeah.
Federal
yeah,
prosecutor.
like a DA, local DA. He doesn't charge, so we just take the gun, take the drugs, NTOR that guy. He gets flown wherever he wants, maybe, and the other guy doesn't. He just gets released. So, like, if I'm driving through New York with a gun, I'm probably looking at 6 months, right?
Yeah.
Without license, they just getting off scot-free, uncharged.
No way.
Oh yeah, I seen it, dude.
Yo, they have more rights than us. What's the
Crazy,
fuck?
right?
Yeah, more rights. And then,
It's crazy,
then I
right?
had another case. Then I witnessed. It wasn't me. I had another one with the child endangerment. Mexican mother, Mexican father, and a daughter. Were they all related? Most likely they seemed to be. The girl was 9. They were all in a trunk, driving on Interstate 10.
Okay.
Get pulled over. They were in the trunk. They get pulled over by a drunk driver. Walter, stay with me here. So they get pulled over by a drunk driver, 2 parents and a kid in the trunk, 3 people.
Okay, so they get pulled over by local law enforcement.
Stone Garden, which is local law enforcement working for us.
Okay, but the driver was drunk.
Yeah, because the guy's swerving all over the road.
Gotcha. Okay.
You can basically just go on any road in America, close your eyes, put your lights on.
What is this, Arizona State Police?
Yeah,
Stop them?
DPS, yeah,
okay,
which is
yeah.
the state police.
Yeah, Department of Public Safety.
And by
Okay.
the way, on that road, you can close your eyes, put your lights on. You'll probably pull over people getting trafficked.
I believe it.
Without the
Interstate Highway
papers.
10, guys, it starts in Jacksonville and it goes all the way to LA, one of the most popular smuggling highways. But continue on, sorry.
So the
It stops
parents
on
and the
Interstate
kid.
10.
So now, not only did you, like, if you want to do it for yourself, that's whatever. Like, if you want to go in a trunk and get trafficked, but you bring your daughter, you bring your friggin' 9-year-old daughter, beautiful little girl, bro, like a normal little girl. And the mother, like, you're adults, you bring your daughter, and the guy is drunk. Not only you don't even check the guy, you don't even have an option to say like you're shit face, you're drunk. I don't want to go in your trunk. Gets pulled over. I forget what happened to the guy, but they didn't get in child endangerment charges. Think about that. Isn't that a child endangerment? In 110-degree weather too. It's like 115 out that day.
In the trunk.
In the
A lot
trunk.
of aliens die doing that.
In the trunk.
With your daughter. Like, do you know how angry I'm Italian. I got a little bit of a temper. I mean, it wasn't a happy day for me. And you got to go home after that and say, we let that guy in the country.
Mamma mia!
Mamma mia.
Yeah. Fucking crazy, man. And just so the audience understands, endangerment, right? So if you catch someone smuggling illegal aliens, right? And they put the aliens in a precarious situation, whether it's the trunk of a car in hot weather or the windjammer in the trucks or, in the back of a trailer that's heated. The person that smuggles them typically gets an enhancement of endangerment where they'll get more time. But now, not only are they like letting the illegal aliens in that were brought in, they're not even charging the smuggler. Like you gave that example where the guy was a legal alien, goes into the country, comes back to smuggle other aliens because that's a whole other crime. Coming in illegally versus smuggling aliens in is another crime.
It's like worse.
And the prosecutor's offices are so overwhelmed, I guess, that they're not even taking these felony charges for human smuggling, which is AUSC 1324 for the audience if you guys want to nerd out.
Do you remember there's a
it's
verse
crazy.
in the Bible that talks about the end times and it says wrong will be right, right will be wrong?
Yeah.
It's happening right now.
It's happening. I love the Christian talk because I came to God. I love it. Listen, faith without works is dead.
Yeah.
Faith without works is dead. If you consider yourself a Christian, faith without works is dead, and that's all I'll say, man.
Yeah.
You can see where I stand. I'm not a perfect guy. I'm gonna go out and sin a lot. But faith without works is dead. You can call me whatever. You can't say I don't believe in Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there was other things.
Right.
We have, up in Canada, they get smuggled. Like we have a lot of Haitians that we let in from
I was
Canada.
going to ask you about the northwest border. What's going on there? So
Madness.
obviously we
Swan
talked about the
sector-
southwest border. It's all fucked up.
Can someone Google like Swanton sector? The statistics are crazy. It's like insane. Like I don't want to get the
can you do
wrong.
that? Please.
Like it's crazy. If you just type in Swanton sector, like
Swanton
this
sector border
I
patrol.
think the last 23 years don't even compare to this year.
Really?
Yeah, dude. So I go up there to get away from this to clear my head.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, I can't be around this. And it was closer to Boston, too. I want to be, my mother makes a good lasagna. So she makes a good lasagna, kid. I call my mother. I go, she's a 68-year-old woman. I say, Ma, get up here now. 3 hours later, she's in the...
Come up here, Ma.
Yeah. But, so I'm not going to say, like, I got up there. But I was like, oh, it'll be slower. I'm not going to have to watch these people just get let in every day. I'm going to have to assist it. No. It was slammed, bro. And a lot of Haitians, they get immediate NTAOR. And it's like below freezing. Like you're talking 30, 25. They're walking in a field. Their kids don't even have jackets on, bro. Damn. The woman, and I'm not trying to be, I'm really not trying to be funny, but this is kind of sick. The woman was more conservative about her weave. I'm like, I got to take your hair out, lady. She's like, no, you're not. I'm like, I got to search you.
Yeah.
You could have something. She's like, and then she had like chicken. I'm like, I'm throwing you chicken wings in the basket in the way. You can't have food when we let you in the country.
Yeah.
I go, you're more concerned about your chicken wings and your weave than your kid not having a coat on in 30-degree weather.
That's crazy. Bro. Holy shit.
I mean, just like if you go to
you want
news,
us to show this
the news.
what did you want us to type in?
Just like Swan Tech the border, like busy.
Okay, busyness. Okay, or
yeah, like encounters.
Encounters.
Then go to like news or something.
Yeah, encounter.
Put images, possibly.
Images ain't gonna help, bro. You gotta put. Yeah, put.
If you just hit news, it'll pop.
Yeah, put news.
No, if you just click the news button, yeah. Wreckage, yeah.
Boom. Okay, record migrant traffic from Canada prompts Border Patrol agent surge and new limits on asylum seekers. So what are they doing? Are they coming into Canada and then coming through the border?
For a while, you could fly from Mexico to Canada on like a week visa. They did stop that. You could just fly to Canada on a visa, like vacation there. Then you.
So some illegal aliens were exploiting this Canadian visa to do this.
Yeah. Which is on them.
Yeah. So they get this Canadian visa that gives them a week, and they literally just use that to get up there and then come into the northwest border.
And some people go into Canada. Oh, dude, up north is crazy. We have people. My station's the #1 station, I believe. If it's not, it's like top 3, but it's a lot. We have like 47, 50 drive-throughs. That's when you drive through the border, which is a whole other thing.
Okay.
Imagine that you get into a car, you're that wild, you get into a car and you drive across the border.
Mm-hmm.
That's like a whole another thing. That's like,
are they not even getting checked in? Like they just come in?
No, then we NTA. Then they'll go on like chases, kind of like quad. We don't even say.
Oh shit!
And they're getting the cop. So then it's like a rental car. So then they're getting NTA'd after they drive through if it's a family unit.
So let me get this straight. They get a Canadian visa
right now. Yeah,
they get. So let me just so I make sure I understand it. So these crooks are getting a Canadian visa.
They even find like gypsies from Romania, like whatever country, gypsies
from everywhere.
They're gypsies. Yeah.
They get these visas,
like certain countries. Yeah. I don't want to say.
What are the main countries you would say that do this?
You get a lot of Irish gypsies, a lot of Irish travelers, a lot of Haitians, a lot of Romanian travelers, a lot of English travelers.
Okay, so they get this visa, go to Canada,
get a rental car,
come into the country.
Like drive into the country.
They just drive in.
Like they'll get we have like
they
barriers.
Don't stop.
Some of them get stopped on the barriers. Some of them get stuck. Yeah.
And then some of them run from you guys.
Oh yeah.
And they don't even get prosecuted. They just get an NTAOR.
Yes, and then the car gets towed we don't seize the car. We tow it for storage, and they go back to the car rental. They go back
to Canada.
No. That we tow it in America, and they're able to go get the car back.
No way.
They go use the car again. They go to the tow yard to get the car back, dude. And I'm the crazy one, and I'm sitting here and I'm crazy.
What
for speaking out, dude? I didn't sign up for that part.
So they get chased, and then you guys apprehend them, give them an NTAOR, then they go get the car back that they were running from you guys in.
Yo.
And then we're not supposed to talk about it. We're not supposed to speak to the media. And I just want to say this for everyone that's questioning what I'm doing. You're not supposed to talk about it, right? So you're held to silence. You know that.
Of course, yeah.
Immigrants are coming in. Forget about it.
Oh, this talk to speech?
Oh, that was $100?
Oh, shout out to you, Dr. B84. Immigrants are coming in. Forget about it.
Forget about it.
Paisan. Come on.
Forget about it.
Sorry, keep going.
No, yeah. Do all the super chats. I want you guys to be successful.
Yeah, no. You good.
I want you guys to go and prosper and have a good life.
Shit, we might need to get him a GoFundMe after this.
Yeah, we'll read.
Damn.
Take care of your boy, bro. Please. You know what I mean? My parents.
No, we're gonna be in contact.
Yeah.
Finish what you're saying.
I forgot already. My brain.
They run away and then they still get NTAs.
I was gonna say about talking. Yeah, of course. So we're not really supposed to talk about it. Obviously, this is like against the policy. So what I would say is, I think I said this earlier, I took an oath, the same oath that I believe you took, to protect the country against enemies foreign and domestic, but I'm not supposed to talk about this, which is my policy. Does that supersede my duty to let the American public know what's really happening?
Good point.
Because I haven't given you guys an opinion.
Yeah. There's all things that are really going on.
that I've seen.
Yeah.
So where does that, even out? I don't know. I have a duty to let the public know.
Yeah.
Don't you feel a little bit safer now knowing? You're on guard now. You're like, wait a second, this is like bad, bro.
What you've told me today is fucking shocking. As someone that came
And I'm
from
not even that
world,
smart. Yeah.
Someone that came from that world and knows exactly what you're talking about when we're talking about how we process illegal aliens and let them into this country right now versus a few years ago.
But you've seen the pictures.
It's fucking shocking, dude.
Yeah.
I mean,
what the fuck is Mayorkas doing? Because I don't know if he was the Secretary of Homeland Security when I was in.
What have any of us doing?
Yeah, like what is he like?
Talking about Mayorkas, so then I went and I tried to talk to a senator, and I did. I went to Capitol Hill, kid. Your boy was at the the big one of the building, the Senate Hart building, talking to Ron Johnson. Jeez, the stomach's not doing too good. It's a little too much.
wait. So what did he say?
He said, "You seem like a good kid. You're probably better off not saying nothing." Pretty much.
Wow,
He said, "At best, I can write you a letter, and to help you out if you go public. At best, I can write you a letter."
So you told him what you told us, and that's what he told
He
you.
gave me like 10, 15 minutes, bro. He didn't really. He was like, "Yeah, we've been down this road before. They're their own agency. If you don't want to work there, you don't have to." I'm like, dude, I signed up to protect my country. Like, you think I care? You got me confused with somebody that cares. Like, I care about my country.
Yeah.
I don't care about a paycheck, bro.
Yeah.
I'm a worker, kid. Whatever.
See,
So then he's like, yeah, if the House members can maybe subpoena you. But Senate doesn't have subpoena power. I can at best write you a letter. I'm like, how about you show some support and say this kid has the urgency to come forward. Sorry.
this is what I was mentioning earlier when I spoke to you. The people of powers that be, they don't care. So they know what's happening, as you stated earlier, and it's like, don't give a fuck. So you telling people about it, they're like, okay, go ahead. We'll just fuck you up and then continue on.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, they don't care.
And that's why I'd urge people to really look into God. Look into your God. I'm not here to preach, but look in, because when you get that strength and that power, bro, it's so powerful that you don't care.
I'll tell you this. The best message to get people is God.
Listen, I'm not here to preach it. I'm just telling you, but I wouldn't be
saying.
here otherwise.
Yeah.
I'd probably be on a street corner if I really didn't have God, you know? Like I said, both my brothers are drug addicts. The cycle continues. So, but they think that and I don't want to get too preachy, but they think that this life is all that matters, the material, the thing, the courage. I got to have, bro, if I can't do I'm God, country, family. I'm God, country, family. When I took this job, I said, if you're trying to protect the country, you run into a door. Listen, I've been shot at, but that's a whole nother thing. But if you run into that door and you're trying to protect America, I'm behind you, bro. I'm not the best marksman. I'm not a Green Beret. I'm going regardless if I got a wife and kids at home.
Yeah.
So I'm God, country, family. So I got to put the country first, and I got to speak out. Yeah. And if my family and I take consequences, so be it.
Yeah. Damn. So what else would you say? Actually, no. We'll read some chats, and then I'll get into the next question here, because we've been. That was crazy. What do we got here? We got Keem Chillin says, do you guys worry about random shootouts from the Mexico side? Okay, good question. Nav says, y'all going to stream for the debate tomorrow, W. Haitian takeover in Ohio, Sacafet. Okay, we will stream. He's asking, do you worry about random shootouts from the Mike side?
There's actually, so, I'm not reinventing the wheel as a border agent. One of our, things that you kind of know, you don't really typically want to go too close to the border. Yeah. It's a good tactic, right? You don't want to be right up on the wall. Yeah. You want to be a sitting duck. I'll let the guy come to me.
Yeah, because they could fire from over there.
Yeah, so you don't want to be too close to the wall. So, but if you have to go up, you have to go up. But typically, you want to stay a little bit back, just as a tactic.
Yeah. Fresh, you have come a long way, G. Mo, love your weight loss. Keep killing it. Bill's you OP with the camera work. Solid addition to the team. Iron, I look up to you, bro. Will you cover the debate live tomorrow, please? Yeah, we will.
And that was a $100 on Captain Bamalam.
Thank you. What else do we got here? What the fuck? This is a bombshell. I got to show this to everyone. Thank you, Fresh&Fit. Damn, did he equal Freshy? Thank you, Mr. Apotheker, for your service. Absolutely, guys. He's a real G. Where can the people support you? By the way, bro, your Twitter.
I didn't do this for money. I got a Twitter.
I know. Yeah,
I think the chat was shitting on me. I don't know if these people even want to follow me, dude. I don't know, but it's my name on Twitter. If you guys want to, I don't know what to do next. I mean, I didn't do this with a plan. This isn't a laid out thing, dude. Yeah. I didn't come out of the woodwork, but I think it's Zachary Apotheker. I got a nice when I was in better shape in Arizona. I was eating less lasagna.
Zachary Apotheker on.
I'm not asking for money. I'm not asking for anything. But if they do try to do something, I need a lawyer. Don't be afraid to friggin'.
Yeah, no, we need to set up something because they might try something after this. When you get Akon from Temu, okay, they're making fun of Fresh. Holy. All right.
Hey, I look good there, man. Thank you.
Jaleel says, Zach, I'm a son of two immigrants who came to this country legally from sub-Saharan Africa, Libya. My dad came here on a 2-year student's visa and my mom on a tourist visa. She's stuck by my dad's side as he sacrificed his sleep and well-being, working 60 hours a week while being a full-time student in order to be able to pay for an immigration attorney to get himself and my mother full citizenship. It's absolutely disgraceful that illegals are flooding our country and fucking us up. Trump 2024.
Hey, brother, not to take away from the political part, my Libyan brother, good for you, good for your mother and your father. You come from strong stock. I'm sure you're a bull. Good for you.
Okay. Fresh updates, WFNF. Appreciate that. Fresh updates. And then we got a message from our sponsor after I read these. If that man gets fired, don't leave him high and dry. Don't worry. We're going to be supporting him. I'm going to be following this as well.
Brooksy.
Because obviously he's whistleblowing about something that's really important and crazy. And I didn't know this. The American public definitely doesn't fucking know this. But this is why we got what we got going on in Colorado. That's why we got these criminals doing shit in Chicago. That's why we got the wildness in New York. It starts at the border.
Venezuelans?
Yeah. And wow.
They're driving like, they come in and a lot of these people are driving like madmen, bro. The roads are crazy. The scooters, they're selling fruit on the side of the road. Where's the permits? That's not being enforced. My old man sold Italian ice. Like, I know it's kind of like a stereotypical stupid thing. Like, we slung ice, dude.
Forget about it.
I'd be like, watermelon, lemon, get the little bambino with cherry. And we'd be in Boston. We'd be trying to sell ice. They said, you need a permit. They'd kick us out. These people are selling fruit on fruit stands. It's not even being enforced, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy. They have more rights as illegal aliens than we do as citizens.
Yeah, you know when they say driving while black, driving while you're an illegal alien.
Yeah.
But what's scary is that, like, you could be going to work randomly.
Yeah.
When these guys gets in a car, smacks you or robs you, and then gets all scot-free.
Yep.
It's like nobody's safe.
And they might not even know who he is because he might have come in and not got processed when he was a kid. Now he's 18.
You know how we talk about the streamline stuff?
Yeah.
Now we're going to go into, and maybe not now, and you guys structure the show, the CBP One app. Oh, you don't know.
Oh. Okay, we'll get into that one next.
Write that. Make
Mo,
sure.
Go ahead. Mo, go ahead, and then we'll definitely, let me write this down. We'll cover it right after Mo has our special word from our sponsor. Go ahead, Mo.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
This episode is sponsored by Rumble Premium. And this sponsorship is from Rumble, one that is incredibly important to the survival of the company. When Rumble first started in 2013, they built the platform for small creators, and they did not censor or have biases. They were fair and treated all creators equally. No one thought that platforms would censor political conversations or censor opinions on the bear bug, but they did. Facebook admitted they fell into the pressure from Biden and Harris administration. Rumble did not. They held the line. They attacked daily for giving us a voice to talk to you. They are attacked in corporate media. They are attacked in governments like France. They are attacked from brand advertisers who refuse to work with them. Corporate America is fighting to remove speech. Rumble is fighting to keep it. Rumble won't survive with brand advertisers. They don't get much of it. Watching our show on Rumble is the most that we ask from you. But if you really believe in this fight, and if you have the means, one major way you can help Rumble survive is joining Rumble Premium. Join the community that believes in the First Amendment and believes in our human rights to free speech. Rumble is offering $10 off with the promo code STUDIO when you purchase an annual subscription. So go to rumble.com/premium and use the code STUDIO. Like I said, if you have the means, believe in the cause, now is the time to join Rumble Premium. If you don't have the means, we're just happy that you're watching us on Rumble. So one more time, $10 off with the promo code STUDIO. When you purchase an annual subscription, go to rumble.com/premium and use the code STUDIO. And thank you so much, Rumble Studio. And thank you, Rumble Premium, for sponsoring this episode.
All right.
We're back.
All right, we're back. What's so funny?
Because he had to prolong it because you guys are still talking.
Oh, yeah, sorry, we're going over.
We're still in shock of what he's saying right now.
Yeah,
I can't believe this, bro.
So,
Yo, America's in trouble, bro. Serious trouble.
This is crazy. CBP1, can you tell the people what that? Because I've never even heard of this. Can you tell the people what this is?
And I don't want to get caught up in technicalities and be wrong. So I'm a little scared to openly speak because I'm not an expert. I've been like I was telling Walter, he's like, I'm working, bro. I don't have time to know about this.
Yeah.
I'm working too, so I'm not, I don't work on the CBP1. From what I understand, it's people getting flown from. They're not even present. Okay. Aren't you supposed to present yourself at the port, Myron?
Yes.
So the other thing is they're not, when you present yourself for asylum claim, because that's what these NTAORs are, they're saying, I want an asylum. They're actively trying to get away a lot of times, and then they're saying claiming asylum.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to do that. Claiming asylum, you go to a port, you show up and say, I need asylum.
Yeah.
And you should be able to get it from a third country. So how are you claiming asylum when you're in Canada? You're already safe in Canada.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's the other thing. Like, you know what a port is? Like, if you're gonna cross, there's a lane.
Yeah.
I could explain it to the people.
Please.
Guys, a port of entry could be anywhere where you're able to illegally enter the United States. It could be an airport. It could be a port of entry where you're driving in, etc. It's POE is what they call it, port of entry. And at these port of entries, you're going to see guys in blue uniforms, CBP, Office of Field Operations Officers. These guys are the ones that allow you in legally. Now, if you see green uniform, Border Patrol, that means you shouldn't be coming in the United States here. So that's kind of the easy way I explain it to people.
And then they claim an asylum from that.
Yeah.
So then but that's well, you tried to cross illegally. You're not trying to claim asylum.
Yeah.
That's a backup plan to negate that. Now CBP1, they're flying them in from different countries.
Directly?
Direct.
What the fuck?
Direct. So they're not even having to go through the trouble of going to a port of entry in America. They're just getting a flight paid for by the taxpayer. And a lot of times these flights land in the middle of the night. It's like they're doing it under the cover of darkness, bro.
What the fuck?
Like cowardly.
And this is funded by CBP?
Yeah. You could make an online appointment. Look it up. I don't want to be wrong.
Okay.
Look it up. Maybe you're doing your appointment, but I know we're flying people in. I don't know if it's connected to the CBP1 app. I don't want to claim I know all this stuff.
Okay.
You got to look at it. Just look into it. I know it's a funny thing to say, but look into it.
Okay. So CBP is basically funding people coming in.
Making it easier. Everything's to make it easier. And people say that the government, what's the one thing you hear when you go to the RMV, DMV? Oh, we're inefficient. We're inefficient. Well, over the last 4 years, I've seen some serious efficiency to get this country filled with people that really shouldn't legally be here.
Wow.
Borders are? Anybody?
Yeah, this has been all under Kamala Harris.
Yo,
she's the border czar, right?
Bruh.
Damn.
This is what you call the downfall of America. Literally.
Well, I'm really glad we're having this conversation.
Yeah.
So that, and it's an election year. The American public needs to know this shit, man. Who's been in charge all this time?
And you talk about elections. I mean, everything's connected. The drugs, the election. Look at all these extra people now.
Who are going to vote Democrat?
They can't. I don't know. I don't know about the vote, but I'm saying it's like we talk about muddy in the water.
Yeah.
You're talking about 15 million people. I think the number is. We don't even know the real number.
Hold on. My next question: why are they doing this? Maybe that's the reason why.
Could be
one of them.
We could speculate.
Well,
right?
there's a lot of terrorists on the FBI watch list from and I'm not trying to profile, but there's a lot of terrorists that are coming here on a jihad mission, bro.
Yeah.
And I respect of all people, but the FBI is saying there's a lot of they've seen we've let in people, I believe, and made mistakes where they got paroled in and they were a terrorist,
and they shouldn't have been. Yeah,
they shouldn't have been, bro,
because they're trying to obviously streamline this shit. So people come from these special interest countries, SIAs,
you remember
and they're not getting scrutinized.
Mohammed Atta?
Yeah, he came on a visa. Yep.
And then they're also, and I'm jumping the gun. They're, and no pun intended, they're tightening gun laws around the country too a lot of the time. So now we're getting our firearms taken away, and all these other people are coming in. It's if you ever needed a gun, I would say now's the time to protect yourself.
Yeah. You mentioned earlier that there's some brass doing some things that they shouldn't be doing.
Yeah, and this is I don't have a all I know is first of all, if you're let me talk about the brass. Clearly, I'm not the type of guy to make chief here, but if I was, I wouldn't put my name on this. I'm not even putting my name on as an agent. Imagine if you rose through the ranks. You were 13, GS13.
Yep.
Imagine if you rose up 14, 15. You're a leader of your agency.
Yeah.
What would you do? Would you step down? Would you make a statement, or would you just fall in line? Honestly.
Yeah, you're gonna fall in line most of the time.
No, but what would you personally do?
Oh, me? If I was
still in HSI.
And I went up through the ranks.
And you were just the dude. You were that guy. Yeah, you got groomed to be that guy to lead the whole thing. And this was going on, say.
Oh no, we got to put an end to this shit.
You'd say I'm either quitting or I'm speaking publicly like I'm doing, or But yeah, but then our chief Jason Owens,
he's the chief of all of Border Patrol.
Border Patrol, yeah.
Okay, Jason Owens. Okay.
you know, I don't have many running. I never really had a run-in with the guy. My buddy jogged past him at the academy. He didn't really say hi to him because at that time he was an academy chief, whatever. He was in Mexico and, like, didn't disclose that he was in Mexico with another woman, Gloria Chavez, who's also high up. And they were...
What does she do?
She's some high-level politician that's a Border Patrol agent.
American
She's a Border Patrol agent, but, like, basically a politician. They get to that level. It's very political.
These are
Deputy
both,
chief.
They're SESs, basically.
Yeah. They're in Mexico with the grandson of the Don Julio maker for his birthday. Undisclosed, like I think in Guadalajara or Jalisco.
Shit. Wow.
And he's there with the cigar. They got a picture of him. He's got a cigar in his mouth and a cup of wine while this crisis is going on. And he's like, yeah, I was trying to create a Border Patrol tequila with Don Julio. Just didn't tell anybody about it.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
And there was another guy there that was like the heir of some like Unishippa Global. Like, this probably will get me killed. Let's be honest. I don't know how much longer to live. But this guy's like the Unishippa Global. He owned a shipping company, international shipping company. He just happened to be at the party too.
Wow.
With the two highest ranking officials during Border Patrol while my friends are killing themselves and we're letting in all these people. And I'm like, if you're that high up in Mexico, don't you probably have some ties that you shouldn't be having? Like that Don Julio guy?
Yeah.
But
that is a huge conflict of interest.
But he's just, and I don't know what happened with that as far as how that turned out. But listen, kid, I mean, if it's my birthday, I'm probably going to the bar having a few pops at most. I'm not going to Guadalajara or Jalisco, especially as a Border Patrol, especially as a Border Patrol chief.
Yeah.
To create a tequila.
What the fuck?
Why you even if you are creating a Border Patrol 100-year anniversary tequila, why? We have bigger problems.
Why are you there?
Why are you there? And even if you're saying it's true, why even get it? We don't want a tequila. We want to stop what's happening across the country.
What the fuck?
Look it up. I mean, these are facts. They're not, I'm not.
Wow.
Again, do they care?
The head of Border Patrol is partying in fucking Mexico with another high-ranking official in the Border Patrol, talking about tequila.
With a tequila mogul, whatever it's called. What's that thing called? A big businessman?
Yeah.
And a shipping, logistics, international shipper businessman. And if you make it that high up in Mexico, you probably have some ties that are related to other things. You're not going to get that high up the ladder in Mexico.
Yeah. That's crazy, bro.
The more I hear, the more I think...
what the fuck? What a gross... I mean, at best case, this is a gross conflict of interest. But... That's fucking crazy.
Even if you're there to make a tequila, but you didn't tell the Border Patrol about it. Who are you to make a tequila?
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, you got to disclose that shit.
Why is it on you to make a tequila?
People don't...
I guarantee you he doesn't have an outside employment authorization to do that either.
He don't need one.
We don't want a tequila, bro. We want to stop the border crisis.
He don't need one. You know why?
But I'm going to probably get in trouble, right? For speaking the truth.
That's
like I came down here on my own accord to do that, but I'm going to get in trouble with his kids being trafficked and he's making a tequila in Mexico.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you put your own money. Like, we didn't pay you. Like, this is all you. Like, hey, I'm coming out. You have no financial incentive. You just want to get the truth out there.
I was on the Uber here. Like, I'm a religious guy and like I'm very spiritual and like weird energies. I don't know how that happened in my life. My mother's like a friggin' she's like an Italian witch. It's weird. But I was on a Uber here, like to get dropped off here. Mm-hmm. Like the last Uber I took. The guy's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm gonna go speak on this podcast. Like, I don't want to bore you, whatever." And the kid's like, "What do you do?" I was like, "If you really want to know, I'm a Border Patrol agent." He's like, "What are you talking about? My kid's being trafficked." He's like, "This kid's name is Alejandro. I'll never forget it." He dropped me off here. He said, "My cousin got taken. She's a very pretty young girl. She got taken from us 7 years ago."
Wow.
On the way here. I'd have to be a psychopathic ego freak to make that up.
Wow.
He's like, she was a very pretty girl, and we knew that she wouldn't have allowed herself to get trafficked, so we think she killed herself, and that's what we like to believe.
You know what's crazy? I was out with Vitaly catching, when we catch the predators.
I would like to do that. If I ask for nothing else, when I lose this shot, put me with Vitaly, bro.
Maybe I'll bring you on when we do it.
I have an idea. We'll start the Fresh and Fit
Catch
a Predator once a week. We could do it better than Vitaly. We could do it better than Gideon. We could do it better than most people.
I don't know.
We could bring Zach with us.
Exactly. He could be the guy.
Just once we catch him, though, I'm going to have to walk away because I don't know if I have the impulse control, especially as a regular citizen because I don't have a job to lose at that point. I might start throwing them things, brother.
Well, that might be your job. But
so,
no,
wait,
good, though.
People have been wanting me to do it for a while. But, okay, because a lot of these predators that we catch, they're illegal aliens. They're not supposed to be here.
But you know what's crazy about this? There's so many of them now because guess what? They're coming in through you guys. Well, not you guys, but those people. And they come in droves.
The kid's cousin.
The work is never going to be done, bro. We'll have content for days. And victims.
Holy shit, man.
Yeah.
So we talked about the brass. And then, did you want to say something about Mayorkas?
I mean, what is there really to say then? He's at the helm, you know? I mean, I don't know. You guys can expound if you want.
Listen, all these people of high power are in somewhat cahoots. Not, for example, I'm not saying like they're bad people. I'm just saying they have ties in certain places where like they get clear to do things. Like, for example, I'm sure a guy got cleared to go to Mexico on the low, and it's like, okay, you can do this on the low. But again,
It's crazy.
It's
They
like,
did.
do they care about us other people? They don't.
Well, you know, I don't want to get too political. I think Walter and Myron will like this. The producers. Why are we sending all this money overseas and having the military protect other countries and different bays? And listen, I'm in uniform, so you want to get the other stuff.
No, we won't.
But why? But why are we though?
Yeah.
Why don't we have the
You're
military
right.
at our border?
You're right.
Why
Yeah.
don't we have the military at our border?
You're right. You're right. We're putting like a lot of effort into foreign aid and protecting someone else's border versus protecting our own.
Like, serious stuff's happening. Like, before I get off, I'm reading names of these girls and what happened to them and people we encountered.
We can go ahead and get into it now, man. Go ahead.
Let's do it.
Do you know
close out
how
here
you
soon.
lose your business
How?
or your country?
How?
You worry about other people's business or their country. That's,
Yeah.
that's how you lose it.
Yeah, it's very
'Cause eyes
true.
are off your country, so whatever happens here,
It's
who
very,
cares?
very true, man.
Yeah.
This is like shocking shit, though. Like what's going on? I'm fucking appalled.
I'm shocked, but I'm not surprised.
Now that because I remember what the immigration system used to be like.
Bro,
This is what he's describing is a 180 bizarre world of what it used to be.
I had a professional escort trying to extort me. Nigga, you know what we did behind the scenes, right?
Yeah.
And all the laws.
That didn't have any. I knew Walter from somewhere.
and all the laws.
Hey, you were a good friend during that, too.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
It's all their friend. All the laws were kind of like lax in New York. Oh, we can't do this, we can't do that. But there's one way we could do it. I won't say on air, but like, you know, we made things work. But I'm just saying, like, in that whole scenario, it's supposed to mean that people don't care anymore. Like, you're here illegally. Oh, well, you're here. We'll let it slide.
Crazy.
I didn't think I'd be able to shock. I didn't think I was gonna shock you guys. In my head, I was so negative. I was like, oh, this isn't really that
No,
new.
dude.
This is
Bro,
nothing.
Dude, like
Bro, content, real estate,
yeah, when
Castle Club.
when I was on and we were because I was working hand in hand
I'm
with
glad I
the
could
border
help,
patrol
dude. I'm
agents.
glad I
Yeah,
could help you
no,
guys.
I mean I was working hand in hand with them. I spent more time in border patrol stations than
Oh, yeah.
than a lot of
He
people.
came in plain clothes like the big shot, walking,
Yeah.
hot shot. You know what I mean? We're all in the uniform.
Hey man, I you know.
He's a
all I know-
smart kid. Northeastern's a good school.
I appreciate that.
Yeah,
I
you guys
appreciate
built
that.
something amazing here. God bless you guys.
Thank you.
man.
But for me to hear from you what's going on in the border now, the American public should be angry. They should be livid that this is going on. I'm shocked, like that this is going on. Like this is fucking the biggest mind blow for me was I used to have to fight to get someone an NTA OR. They had to be an
needed it.
informant. They had to have like great information. They're stopping fucking loads from coming in. They're helping me save kids. Like I had to like fucking do a lot of work to get someone an NTA OR. They're giving it to random gang members now.
I have, and they're getting health care, and then we're releasing from the hospital. I have the pictures and the date.
This is crazy to me. And then you wonder, then you look at what's going on in Colorado. You're looking at what's going on in these different places where there's like people committing crimes or killing American citizens. No fucking wonder.
And
No one knows this.
And then they're not calling ICE to go grab them and remove them after that. And they're going on to commit more
and
crime.
you made a good point. People don't care because it's not them. But the moment it's your brother, your sister, your mother,
Holy
they don't
shit.
care.
Bro, at that point, as much as I have gone in my life, I might seriously crack at that point, bro.
Look,
if that happened to my mother, how can you do this and allow this at the highest levels, knowing that I mean, maybe your mother and your family's safe, but even if it wasn't your mother, bro, which could lead me to the next point? Like, and I wanted to say I was nervous about doing this. Obviously, you'd be scared, bro. But was Paul Revere nervous when he warned that invaders were coming?
Yeah.
Probably was, bro. He's driving around Boston in a friggin' horse.
Yeah.
I'm here saying this is bad. So
Yeah.
I want not that I'm him, but you know. But sorry.
No, you're good.
Kayla Hamilton, 20 years old, July 27, 2022, in Aberdeen, I believe Aberdeen, Maryland, in a mobile home, brutally raped and murdered, strangled with the electrical cord. The murderer stole her card with $6 on it. MS-13 gang member, encountered by Border Patrol,
Wow.
and he had gang tattoos.
NTA OR'd.
Yeah, I mean, he was in the country. Yeah, he was encountered by us. And then he was like being suspected. And you can look up the story. Her parents sued for $100 million. I hope they get it.
Yeah.
I mean, or her mother did. And she was, as she was being, that whole thing was going on, there was a voicemail, bro, so you could hear it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and he was an MS-13 gang member. And they didn't, like the government didn't, they refused to produce an audit report related to a murder. So like you're not even getting the information when they requested it. Sorry, let me just go back and.
No worries.
Of course I lose it as I'm reading it. I'll get there, guys.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah.
While you do that,
some more chats real quick.
Yeah, I could read some chats while you pull that up. I mean, this is
so you can't forget her name, Kayla Hamilton. Like,
Kayla
for
Hamilton.
real, yeah.
And she was killed.
And if any of the families want to reach out to me, I'd like to talk because I lost my brothers to drugs and it was their own decision, but they were drugs that came from another country. So I sympathize with you guys and just I want the families to know that I'm going to say the names. Like, even though Border Patrol agents doing this, like it affects us too, and we feel for you guys, man.
All right, so okay, I'll read some of these. Hey, W. Meyer, great guest. Heard you say any police academy sucks. I start my academy for deputy sheriff October 1st. Any advice? Bro, just get it done. Put your head down. They're gonna yell at you. They're gonna treat you like shit. It's gonna suck. You're gonna get maced more than likely. You're gonna get tased. Just accept the fact that embrace the suck. Get it done. Most police academies are somewhere between 3 to 6 months. Just get it done and get on the road. What else do we got here? Frunky. Mallow Boy says, hey, Martin, what's the NTAOR? Did I spell it right? I want to investigate this. And what is the other one that deports the illegal document grade content? Ghost does not like this. Let's find the kids, man. Yeah, so, okay. I'll repeat this one more time while Zach finds the names. When you're caught by immigration, right? Let's say Border Patrol. There's many ways that they can process you to either allow you to stay in the country or to be deported, right? You have to be encountered. You get something called an alien registration number, and then from there they process you in the A file depending on how you came in. So what's going on right now is it used to be you come in illegally, you're getting something called an expedited removal, which basically means you're going to get removed from the United States expeditiously within 2 weeks, and that's probably the fastest and most efficient way to deport you, right? Or sometimes they have a voluntary return as well. But an expedited removal, it shows the record, you have your alien number, etc. It's quick, efficient. Then they have something called an NTAR, notice to appear, release unknown recognizance, right? And that means that you're going to see an immigration judge at a later time, and that judge is going to dictate your fate, whether you get to stay or not. Remember, guys, there's independent courts for the immigration system itself where you're going to see an immigration judge. The reason why that one is what people like is because you might not see an immigration judge for years. And what's going to happen is when you do the NTAOR, they're going to send you somewhere in the United States where you have family, right? You'll stay with them because you're not supposed to be working, wink, wink, which they normally do anyway. And you're going to wait until you have your court date with that immigration judge based on the jurisdiction that you're staying in. But it might take years because immigration courts are backed up. That's when these people do the stupid shit that they do and they commit the crimes. And then that's assuming they even stay at the address that they put in the paperwork. 9 out of 10 times they don't. They go somewhere else.
Why would you
So
stay?
they're gone on the fucking wind. Why would you stay?
Yeah.
So, and this is why NTAORs were so hard to come by, and you needed like a real good reason to give somebody one. Like I gave you guys the example. I would have informants. I want to sign them up. Border Patrol, can you help me out here? I want to sign this guy up. Can we do an NTAOR? They would literally tell me, no, you do it yourself. We don't want the liability. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I take him. They release him to my custody. I handcuff him. I take him to the office. I fucking process him, give him the NTAOR, and then he goes and he's my problem. Border Patrol wouldn't do it. Fast forward fucking 4 years. Now they're giving NTAORs to fucking gang members.
Single adult males, bro, coming from all these countries, thousands, millions of people.
So they're giving these NTAORs, and then on top of that, they've created an infrastructure to expedite it, including creating positions, bringing in other agencies,
mandating other agencies like HSI.
They're making HSI agents help process these motherfuckers.
FPS, Federal Protective, Air Marshal. So now you're less safe in the sky. You know, there's less. They're
pulling guys from what they should be doing to help with this fucking border crisis, but they're not even really securing the border. They're just letting them come in. So we're basically making it more efficient to allow illegal aliens to come into the country.
At a grand scale. This isn't like just a little, yeah.
So that's what an NTAOR is, guys. And then there's obviously other things. Then they also get the expedited removal, but with credible fear. So they have 2 weeks to get removed, but what do? I have credible fear. So they get to see an asylum officer.
Stamp it. Just rubber stamp it.
Which is a rubber stamp. And then what else? What else are the other processing ways? We talked about voluntary return.
You have you can be held for an NTA.
Yeah.
So notice to appear, now we're holding you.
Yeah, but that rarely happens. They don't have the bed space for it.
Yeah, and there's other ones too.
Yeah, notice up here is where they hold you in immigration, but that's assuming ICE has bed space.
There's a bag and baggage, which I don't even know what the hell a bag and baggage is. You know what a bag and baggage is?
I've never heard that
It's
one.
basically I think it's more or less an I-44 with a couple extra paces, so we're not even really doing that. Like, you've come into the country on an NTOR, you've left, we've caught you coming back in, and now we're just reinstating that original NTOR, so we're not even punishing you.
Oh, that's rare. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, but we're not even punishing you. So
Yeah,
now
that's
you go
crazy.
yeah.
Because you're not supposed to leave when you get the NTOR, but these motherfuckers leave and come back.
And we just write a little blurb where we caught you, and you're good
And
to
we
go.
got innocent people in jail right now for years.
Oh, I believe it, brother.
Yeah.
System's fucked.
Free
up.
those men. Free
crazy.
those men, bro.
What else do we got? Did you
Go
find out the
ahead.
names?
Yeah, but go ahead.
Yeah,
man.
no, go. Let's.
Lincoln Riley, 22 years old, from Augusta, University. I'm sure you guys heard of her because her name was mispronounced by the president of the United States.
Oh, yes, the girl
Her
that
name
was
is
killed.
Lincoln. Yeah, it's not Lincoln, by the way. It's Lincoln. Just it's important to me. Yeah, that's important to me. She was out jogging. Killer had been caught and released by us.
Wow.
Border Patrol apprehended Jose Ibarra, and I don't even want to say the kid's name, to be honest with you, but he was caught in September 2022 by the Biden-Harris. He was caught and released, he was released due to urgent humanitarian reasons or significant public benefit. That's in quotes. Like,
What does that even mean?
just a bunch of stuff to let the kid look up, Lincoln Riley. So
Normally, significant public benefit would be they might be an informant, but the way they're giving out NTAs, I don't know if that's true anymore.
So far we have Kayla Hamilton, Lincoln Riley. We have Rachel Morin, 37-year-old mother of 5, out of Maryland. She was found on a trail, raped and murdered. In quotes I have, she was laying on her back fully naked, and she had brutal head trauma. Oh, of course I lose it. Oh, no, she had brutal head trauma. It looked like her head had been smashed in with a rock. There was a 15 to 20-foot blood trail, so it looked like she had been beaten and dragged into that position.
Wow.
Rest in peace, August 6, 2023. Her killer released multiple times in the U.S. He had started a crime spree in El Salvador.
Wow. Also, probably let in illegally. Detainers weren't
Encountered,
filed.
yeah.
They wouldn't hold him when he was okay. Wow.
And
so we had multiple chances to catch this fucking guy.
Wait,
They didn't do it.
He's not in jail right now?
no, he is, but he
He
was
had been released
encountered.
multiple times.
He was,
so
what we're talking about was him.
Border Patrol let him in. He committed crimes. He got arrested multiple times. They didn't honor the detainers from immigration.
I don't know if that's it. Yeah, whatever I said, because that was on quotes. But
Okay.
I don't want to get it
So
wrong.
we don't know if this guy was.
We just know he was encountered by.
Okay.
He had
Okay.
been released multiple times in the U.S.
Okay.
Either by us or the cops. Either one is bad.
Yeah, so then detainers weren't honored. Yeah, we can infer if he was arrested multiple times in the United States and he was never encountered by immigration, detainers weren't honored. Or not even placed, maybe. Which they should be, which, like I was explaining to you guys before, illegal alien gets arrested in the United States, there should be a detainer placed on him so that he's held for ICE to come and pick him up. What else?
And then Jocelyn Lungaray, hopefully I explained that right, or I said pronounce it right. Houston, 12 years old. She's walking to a convenience store, sexually assaulted and strangled. June 16, 2024.
12 years old?
12 years old. By 2 illegal Venezuelan nationals who had crossed the United States illegally, and brought by the border patrol catch and release. We're not really even talking about the guys that we don't catch either. This whole thing has been on guys that we've
This is
caught.
just the people that get encountered. These are the people that make it successfully through. There's millions of them too. This is just the people they catch.
In the terrorism sleeper cells, the money that's being spent on them. I'm concerned that if somebody got in and wanted to charge me with a 1324, they legally could.
Yeah.
You could argue that I'm the one trafficking these people. Why am I driving north? I should be driving south.
Yeah.
And then, they could charge with 18 USC 1591 sex trafficking of children.
Yeah.
Or by forward fraud. I mean, these are like, when you, like...
Yeah, if you boil it down, that is, that's fucking crazy, bro. Wow.
And
It
then
is
you
a
look at what's going on
different world.
in England and Ireland, same deal.
Yeah.
One of my best friends is the first Irish fighter. I just so happened to meet the kid. We developed a good relationship. Tom Egan. He's the first Irishman ever to make it to the UFC from Ireland before Conor. Him and Conor are cool. And he hold mitts for Johnny Bone Jones. Tommy, if you're watching, I love you, kid. We're gonna get some steak tips after this if I don't get in too much trouble. But no, I mean in Ireland and England, what you see going on over there. Have you guys seen the videos?
It's
Yeah, they
insane.
have immigration
No one can
problems,
get
too.
housing.
Yeah.
They're building camps for them, like building houses, and Irish people getting thrown out on the streets.
It's fucking crazy, man.
You saw that video with the guy with a stroller, the white guy with a
Yeah,
stroller,
I saw that. You seen
and he
that?
got stabbed by this immigrant in the UK.
Oh yes, I did see that.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah,
Walk
crazy.
with your kid.
Yeah.
One in the neck, you're done.
Yeah, he survived, but he almost died.
Oh, he
thank
survived?
God he survived. Yeah,
Yeah, he did survive.
He survived.
Good.
He did.
Good.
But he bled out bad. But people were able to luckily call the police there
The
quickly.
guard or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No,
Is that it?
No, I can keep going unless you want to.
No. Keep reading the names and then we'll
No,
close
the
out
names
here.
are done. The names are done.
The names are done.
Yeah,
Okay.
No, this was a lot to take in, bro.
Yeah, it was a lot to take in.
I can keep going too.
no,
I was
I'm
hoping
sure
for
you
a
can.
3-4 hour piece. I gotta go all the way, but that's fine. Yeah.
No, because we got to do the news
Yeah.
segment soon. But anything else, bro, that you wanted to cover as far as like what's going on the border? I mean, what you told me already is like fucking
Yeah, I have
crazy.
more. I mean, I seen this kid Don Lucre. I don't know him if you guys know who that is. He's big on Twitter. Don Lucre.
Oh, Don, yeah. He's been
I
on the
seen
show
him
before.
say something. You're not allowed to notice what's going on around you.
Yeah.
Like they say, like you're not like they don't want you speaking about this. What I'm doing is like taboo, so people can't notice it. And when you can't notice what's going on around you, you don't know what's coming next.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty powerful.
Of course.
There's a lot.
And what you just explained, I don't think no one's gonna know this unless they're on the job, bro. You get very like detailed information that unless you're on a line border patrol agent, you're not gonna know this stuff. And I'm shocked right now as a guy that used to come from that world, as a former agent that used to investigate these crimes. The fact that we're not even, vetting these people coming through and they're getting NTORs, that's fucking crazy to me. So what a crazy time. And obviously I think this is something that the American public needs to know. And this is going down under the Biden and Kamala administration. Like that's just, we got to call a spade a fucking spade. This wasn't going down because I was in when Trump was in. We were sending everybody fucking back. So, wow. Zach, where can the people find you, man? Thank you
Just
so much
my
for coming
Twitter.
on.
Let's bring up his Twitter real quick.
Yeah.
Can we find his Twitter and bring it up?
Yeah, let's bring it up.
Yeah, thank you, bro.
Yeah. And
I
we
just
got
want you guys to have my back the way I try to have the American public's back.
No,
and my brother's back. Not you guys and the public, dude. Like I'm not perfect. I just hopefully the
It takes a lot of courage to be a whistleblower, especially working for the government. You know what I mean? Like sacrificing your career, reputation, people like
your family stress, dude.
Yeah. So
Humiliation, coming public. I never thought I'd be like big. I never thought I'd be in the public.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. No, you don't think it's coming from the government and then being on social media is a whole other thing. It's a different world. It definitely is. We have the Twitter open.
Yeah, man. W's Zach in the chat, man.
Yeah,
I changed the name and put the picture up. It was when I was a lot better off.
What is the handle?
At ZACHAPOTHEKER.
Okay, so Zach and then last name.
Yeah.
Okay, one word. Yeah, we'll pull it up right now, guys. Go support him, man, because I'll tell you guys this: is someone who's a government employee that's currently still employed.
That's strong, right?
There he is, right there. Go give him a follow. Go support him, guys, because coming out as a whistleblower like this is fucking crazy, dude. Like they might try to come after him for this. They're definitely gonna try to open an internal investigation or whatever. Yeah, they will. So they're gonna try, but we're gonna have his back. We're gonna make sure that obviously, because all he did was keep it factual on what's going on in the border.
I didn't give one opinion, right?
Yeah, he didn't even give an opinion. I gave my opinions, but that doesn't necessarily represent Zach. Zach gave, hey, this is what's going on. So
can I just say one last thing to the people?
Please.
Be a man, love your country, do what's right. They say integrity is what you do when no one's looking. To me, it's doing the right thing when no one's looking, even if that means something bad's going to happen to you. Be a man of honor and integrity. You guys are young. A lot of you watch this. Just God bless you all, and thank you, Myron, and thank you, Walter. I appreciate it, bro.
Zach,
and thank you to the
thanks
producers.
for coming on, bro.
Yeah,
appreciate that greatly. We're gonna end this thing. Guys, a true American patriot, man. We're gonna end the show here, guys. We'll be back with